Don't get me wrong, there are times when I have to pay attention in class or I'm actually genuinely interested in the subject at hand. However, when my mind does wander off, I can't make it blatantly obvious by staring out the window. My solution: I just look at whatever is around me, including my classmates/peers/other students. By no means is it limited to this number, and there are exceptions, but here are 10 of the many types of students you may see into the classroom. 1. The quiet achiever. This student is one who may sit in the back of the classroom because he or she is shy and afraid of being called upon. But he or she gives his or her full attention during class, takes notes when needed, and never says a word. You may never notice this person, but he or she is probably doing well in the class, maybe even one of the best students. 2. The know-it-all. This student constantly has his or her hand up for everything, whether it is to share a personal experience that may be completely off topic, or to answer a question, or to refute what the teacher has to say. This student's avid participation in the class does not necessarily reflect his or her grade in the class. 3. The drifter. This student must have had a really late night or is just plain tired. He or she tries to stay awake in class, but to no avail. Every few minutes or so, you see this person's eyes start to close and their head start to fall before he or she is startled awake. The process just continues on and on until his or her savior arrives. The bell/the end of class. Now, these students usually don't mean to drift during class, but they can't do anything to help it. 4. The subtle sleeper. This student is someone who I admire. I know I can't do it, but there are students who can position themselves in such a way that they're napping and the teacher/professor has almost no idea. 5. The daydreamer. This student is one who is not paying attention in class for whatever reason and just zones out. This could be a little embarrassing because when a teacher calls on this student, he or she sometimes has no idea what is going on and is caught in the act. 6. The texter. This student thinks he or she is texting under the desk well, but really isn't. Most teachers and professors notice these things, especially when looks down often and takes both hands underneath the desk. Some students are able to pull it off either when teachers aren't looking at them or because they've perfected the art. 7. The hider. This student hides behind his or her laptop. He or she may be texting, may be surfing the web, may be playing video games, you may never know. All you need to know about this student is that he or she takes sparse, sometimes detailed, notes to make it seem like he or she is doing work, but is really taking advantage of having a laptop up. These students may or may not have poor grades. They care enough to hide their disinterest well, but not enough to pay attention in class. 8. The IDC student. This student just doesn't care enough to pay attention or hide their boredom. He or she is straightforward about their lack of interest and text or do whatever they feel like blatantly. Sometimes he or she gets away with it, sometimes he or she doesn't. Once the I don't care point comes for any student, it never ends. 9. The goofball. This student is one who is the jokester of the class. Almost every class has one, a student who likes being funny. Sometimes the teacher takes it well, and sometimes the teacher doesn't and the goofball is shut down. 10. The one everyone wants to be. This student is just perfect, the teachers love him or her, his or her peers love him or her, he or she gets good grades. He or she is very involved with extracurriculars. All in all, the person everyone is insanely jealous of, yet can't help but like that person. The person everyone wants to be. For now, that was it. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe.